Oh, hey, good morning, Ryan. How are you? I'm doing good. Good to see you here. Hope you're having a nice day too. Okay. じゃあそろそろ始めようかな。よかったらこれ今ツイートしたんで、ぜひ拡散の方よろしくお願いします。I just tweeted about this live stream on my Twitter account, so hopefully you can help me repost it and stuff. Alright. So yeah, this will be in Japanese today, but we'll be playing the recorded clip from yesterday's town hall, which is in English, so maybe you might be able to follow along together with my translation. はい、それでは行きましょう。You're looking good, sir. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright. それでは金木さんおはようございます。本日もよろしくお願いいたします。来てくれてありがとう。はい、それでは行きます。どうも、アクシーキングアルちゃんです。今日も見てくれてありがとう。皆さんいかがお過ごしでしょうか。今日も早速 Axie Infinity やっていきたいと思います。Alright, everyone, this is Axie King Aruchan, and today I'll be talking about this! じゃじゃんAxie Infinity タウンホールを日本語翻訳で聞いてみようイエーイはい、ということで、昨日ですね、Axie公式の Discord の方でタウンホールというものが設けられました。これはね、定期的に行っているスカイメイビスのメンバーが最新の情報とかアップデートについてコミュニティに伝えるためのDiscord のスペースみたいなものですね。で、それが昨日行われたんですけれども、全部英語だったんで、ちょっと今日はね、その録音した動画があるので、そちらをねちょっと聞いていきながら、翻訳して、みんなにちょっと伝えていけたらいいなって思っております。なのでそうですね、そんなめちゃめちゃエンターテインメント性高い内容ではないんですけれども、最新のオリジンについてのこととかスカイメイビスの現在の状況について知りたい方はよかったら最後まで見てってください。1時間ぐらいのレコーディングなんで、1時間ちょっとぐらいの配信にしようかなって思っております。あとは僕の翻訳レベルがどれだけ早く翻訳できるか次第ですね。はい、それじゃあちょっと聞いていきましょうか。
Season 0. It's been extremely exciting since the launch. We've seen the community super rejuvenated and out there battling in the arena. So today we have a star-studded cast with us. Allow them to give quick introductions, and we'll go ahead and we'll jump right into it.
そうですね。とりあえずみんなの自己紹介から始めていきます。
Oh wow, hey. Yeah, so I'm the live ops lead. I'm trying to take Axie kind of to the next level of gamification by bringing a lot of special in-game events and
そうですね。このゾースルっていう方はライブオプスっていう部門の担当者ですね。それでゲーム内のなんかいろんなアクティビティとかイベントみたいなのを担当してる方ですね。
the popular features that we see from free-to-play games and other kind of games. So while we scale those features up, I'm basically just helping with a lot of the core Origin stuff. And so you've probably seen my face recently talking about the progression changes we made, the crafting changes, even some balance changes.
そうですね。だから例えば最近オリジンの中で行われたクラフトに対しての変更点とか、バランスパッチの変更点とか、あとはマイルストーン報酬とかの仕組みの変更なんかはこの人が担当したそうですね。
Just doing anything I can to kind of make Origin as fun as possible.
でとにかくオリジンを楽しくできるようにするために頑張ってますと。
Scale up so the live ops side of things.
でそれがライブオプスの担当っていう感じですね。
Paul, go ahead, brother.
次ポールっていう方がいきます。
Hi everyone, this is Syntax here.
これシンタックスっていうみんなそのハンドルネームと本名があるんですけど、これ今見えてるのはみんなハンドルネームですね。だからポールだけどシンタックスっていう名前でもあります。
Go by Syntax. My name's Paul. I am the community lead for Axie Infinity.
でアクシーインフィニティのコミュニティリードっていう部門を担当してますね。コミュニティの部分。
And working a lot on a number of things, including various partnerships with organizations and building out our governance, which we'll talk a little bit more about today.
で基本的にはなんかいろんな、企業とのパートナーシップをやったり、あとは、ガバナンスについて管理している、方なので、そういうことについて今日話せることをちょっと嬉しく思ってますと。ほうきぼしさん、あるちゃん翻訳ありがとう。
So happy to be with everyone.
Thank you for joining us. We'll go ahead and lead off with Ziori.
次はザイオリですね。
Hello, everybody. I am the esports guy.
で e スポーツを担当してます。
I also talk to creators pretty regularly.
でクリエイターの方とも、すごい頻繁に話してますと。
We've had our hands full recently with AxieCon esports stuff, both planning the on-site activations and the Axie Classic qualifiers going on right now. So,
そうですね。で、あとはその今行われている V2 の世界大会の予選であったり、当日アクシーコンで開催される会場でのそのトーナメントなんかを担当しているそう
yeah,
ですね。
pretty exciting to have the season 0 underway and season 1 like on the horizon. Obviously, the arena action isn't exactly like the esports stuff that I work on, but huge Venn diagram there, and the same pro players playing in tournaments or playing in these seasons and actively testing Origin. So really excited to be here tonight and chat with everybody.
そうですね。シーズン0が始まり、シーズン1、1なんかも、いずれ来るであろうっていうことにすごい楽しみにしてるんだけれども、彼は、必ずしもアリーナ系とか、そのリーダーボードという部門にはあんまり携わってないんだけれども、その大会とかに出場するプレイヤーのほとんどがやっぱシーズン0でもアリーナでプレイしている人が多いからこそ、ちょっと、なんか被ってる部分は多くて、みんながアクシーコン楽しみにしていることを嬉しく思ってますと。
It's super exciting for the competitive side of Axie. Green Ranger, Sir Phil.
次はグリーンレンジャーですね。フィリップ。
Yo, this is Philip. I run games. I'm the games lead.
ゲームの担当者ですね。
So,
スカイメイビ
yeah,
さん。
helping with everything and direction for Origin, Land, Builders Program, and anything else game related.
なんでオリジンとかゲームのランドゲームプレイとか、ビルダーズプログラムのゲームなんかの監督をしている方ですね。基本的にはゲーム関係のことは全てこのグリーンレンジャーっていう人がやってます。で彼はもともとポケモン GO でゲームデザインをやっていた方なので、その後にこのスカイメイビスに入ってくれたんですよね。すごい経歴持ってます。
Yes, Green Ranger and Zols are doing some amazing things on the game side. Quinn?
次はクイーンですね。スムーチ。
Awesome. Hey, everybody, I'm Quinn. For those of you who I haven't met yet, I'm on the growth team here with Jiho.
クイーンはグロースチーム、成長グロースチームの VP ですね。バイスプレゼントで G ホといつも働いてますと。
And right now,
でちなみに僕も一応グロースチームなんで、このクイーンと G ホとはもう毎日のように一緒に仕事してますね。
we are just
だ
laser
から直属のチームメンバーです。
focused on getting Axie Infinity Origin out the door, full launch spun up, and turning it into one of the biggest games of all time.
今はだからとにかく、アクシーのグローバルリリースに向けていろいろやっていて、とにかくアクシー史上、スカイメイブス史上最高のゲームにすることを頑張ってますと。
Thank you, Quinn. And for those that do not know, my name is Katendo. I am a community builder here.
でこの今喋ってるクーテンドっていうのがコミュニティビルダーの方ですね。
I work alongside Geos and Syntax.
G ホとシン
I'm
タック
looking
スと
forward to developing
働い
the
てます。
community. And then let's
コミュニティを築き上げることをやってます、基本的に。
go ahead and end with Sir Geos, and we'll jump into season 0.
次 G ホだね。
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Jiho. I'm a co-founder of Sky Mavis. I'm technically the chief growth officer, working a lot with Quinn on the growth and marketing side of things, Syntax, Nintendo on the community side of things. And yeah, I also like to stay really informed on what's going on the product side. So yeah, really excited to be here. Season 0 is off to a huge start, and yeah, I'm really excited for the launch of minting for NFT runes and charms later today. So yeah, excited to be here, and thanks to everybody for joining us. Looks like we have over 250 people in the audience, and the number is increasing by the second.
そうですね。で、今のはもちろん皆さんご存知 G ホですね。グロースチームの、チーフグロースオペレーターっていう名前で、みんなと基本的に話し合ったりして仕事をしてますと。 で、このタウンホールがあった、数時間後にNFT ルーンとチャームのミンティングが始まるんですけれども、それを、発表できることをすごい楽しみにしてますと。
Will allow Ziori to actually jump into esports since AxieCon is just a few weeks away, and give us a quick, brief chat about what is happening with esports right now with Season 0 and how that kind of ties into
アクシーコンももうすぐで始まるということで、現在 e スポーツが何をやっているかについてちょっとザイオリンの方から聞いてみたいと。
in stadium battles.
で、あとは会場で行われるそのスタジアムバトルとかについても聞きたい。
I don't know if Season 0 ties in directly, but right now we have the Axie Classic World Championships going on. That's been broken into 3 phases.
そうですね。現在、世界大会 V2 の世界大会の予選が行われていて、それが3つのフェーズに分かれてますと。
Which is basically a big funnel. Phase 1 was a giant open that was able to accommodate thousands of players and had a bunch of different heats broken into East and West.
そうですね。フェーズ1はまずもう何千人というプレイヤーを、迎えた、世界でウエストとイーストに分けて行われた予選。
Phase 2 just wrapped up and that distilled that open into like the top 1,000 players, give or take. I think it was more like 750 from each region. And then now
フェーズ2では、大体各地域から750人ずつぐらいが選抜されて、
it's
今は
down to the final
今ファイナ
32
ルフェーズまで来てて、残り32人
for
の
East and
ところま
West.
で来てますと。
So pretty excited to distill down these final players that will qualify for AxieCon. We'll have 16 coming to join us to participate in the Axie Classic tournament. And this will, as we mentioned before, be
そうですね。で、上位16名が、アクシーコンに招待されて、その決勝戦を、会場で実際に行いますと。
that proper send off for Axie Classic and really close the chapter, close the book on that era.
そうですね。で、それを最後に、アクシーコンを最後に V2 の、幕が閉じますと。
An
終
amazing
幕ですね。
game that helped get Axie to where it is, helped us bring a lot of new people into Web3 and this play and earn movement, and really excited to be able to celebrate that. Both of these online qualifiers, pretty sizable prize pool as well, $250,000 that's being paid out on the online qualifiers, and then there's $250,000 that'll be paid out to the top 16 through the gameplay that'll take place in Barcelona. So really excited about that. And
そうですね。だからなんか25万ドルが、オンラインの予選で行われた人たちに配られて、でさらに25万ドルが、最終的に会場で行われる予選決勝戦で配られるそうですね。
Phase 3 wraps up this weekend, so underway right now.
今週末に、そのフェーズ3が終わりますと。
exciting, nostalgic, a little sad, like Axie Classic.
すごい楽しみなのと同時にちょっとノスタルジックで切ない
It's a
なっ
soft
てい
spot in
う。
my heart. It's the game that was the Axie I knew, and I really fell headfirst into this ecosystem. So as excited as I am for Origin, I'm excited to shed a tear for Axie Classic at Barcelona. And of course, for those attending AxieCon, we'll also have the $400,000 Bring Your Own Device Origin tournament. And this will kind of be really the first world championship type event for Origin. By far the biggest tournament that's ever existed.
なるほど。で、あとは、アクシーコンの会場で行われるオリジンの大会ってのもあるんですけども、それには40万ドルの総額の賞金が用意されていて、オリジンがリリースされてからは初めての超大規模な大会になるとのことなので楽しみですね。
For Origin, and really excited to see folks turn up and push the competition to the next level. And after AxieCon, we'll be pretty close to Season 1, and I think that starts to usher in this next era of Axie esports where we can focus on refinement and all eyes on Axie Origin.
そうですね。で、このアクシーコンが終わった後のタイミングぐらいで多分シーズン1も始まるとのことなので、それに向けてそっちの、オリジンの e スポーツをさらに、磨きをかけていってより良いものを作れたらいいなってことですね。
extremely exciting to see these online qualifiers come to life, and then seeing your bring your own device to Barcelona with so many chances to earn some amazing rewards. So looking forward to seeing all you guys out there in Barcelona battling alongside each other. Let's kind of jump into just Gio's really quick. So how is your Season 0 experience right now, and what are you seeing throughout the community? How's the energy? How's the excitement?
そうですね。じゃあ G ホーへの質問で、今シーズン0をどう思ってますか？コミュニティから受けてるエナジーとか印象とかはどういう風なものを受け取られてますかって。
I think the community is really excited for Season 0. The energy has been infectious. I've personally been playing a decent amount when I have a spare moment. I'm trying to climb. I think I'm basically a noob. I think I'm Boar 1 right now. So yeah, really excited to buy some of the runes and charms I need for my comp. I'm thinking right now I'm running like Reflectile with a triple nut in the back, and I'm also alternating with a poison team. So I think like poison teams are a little bit more rune dependent. So I think depending on if I can snag some of the better poison runes and charms, I might switch over to poison more consistently. We'll see. I think that those are going to be super in demand as well.
はい、そうですね。とりあえず、コミュニティからの、反応はもうすごいいい感じだし、なんかその楽しさがすごい感染的になっているような気がしますと。で、今個人的にも時間がある時にはなるべくオリジンをプレイしようとしていて、今ではボア1ぐらいのランクに行って、まだ全然初心者だからそんなに登れてはいないんだけれども、なんかダブル反射パーティー、なんか反射できるアクシが2体いて、一番後ろにトリプルナットクラッカーのパーティーを使ったり、たまにドックパを使ったりとこう行ったり来たりしてるんだけども、ドックパは結構ルーンとかチャームに依存する部分が多いから、早く、マーケットプレイスでそういうのを購入できるようになりたいなって言ってますね。
I'll try to leave some for everyone else. But yeah, I think the Origin team has been doing an amazing job. I'm really proud of Phil and Vince and the other members of the team that kind of make it happen behind the scenes.
そうですね。で、オリジンチームにはもう本当にすごいなんていうの、I'm super happy ってかそのすごい感謝してます。みんなよく頑張ったねっていう感じで言ってますね。オリジンチームは。
And yeah, this is just the beginning, right? This is Season 0. We're the product is still in a very very early state. And things are still subject to a bunch of changes, especially on the balancing side of things and the economic tweaking. But yeah, what I'm seeing is very promising, right? Like I think that runes and charms, right? The fact that you can now craft them using a combination of moon shards and SLP, this is a big step forward, right? We now have what's called like a net deflationary sink, so that definitely helps out with the economic balance side of things as well, which I know has been something that we've been working towards for a really long time.
そうですね。あとはだから基本的にこの NFT ルーンとチャームが、登場したことってのはもうすごい大きなステップでして、これによってそのシンクっていうだからバーンとミントのバランス調整が取れるようになってきて、これは本当に長いことを計画していたことだし、コミュニティの人たちも長く待ち望んでいたことだと思いますと。
It's super exciting. I'm seeing a lot of community members talk about buying and selling their ruins and charms. So it'll be extremely exciting to see what happens over these next few days. Let's jump to Quinn.
そうですね。この数日間からすでにコミュニティがなんか早くルーンを買いたいとかこれを売りに出したいみたいなコミュニケーションをツイッターで取っているのを見えているので、早く実装が楽しみですね。
So Quinn.Do you have anything to share with us in terms of just marketing and planning right now around Season 0 and kind of preparing for Season 1?
そうですね。次、クイーンに対しての質問が、マーケティングの面で今何かやっていることはありますかとか、シーズン1に向けて何をやっていますかって質問ですね。
Yeah, I think Jiho really hit the nail on the head. There's been so much energy and excitement. Like the community's just really been electric around Season 0. And what gets exciting is
そうですね。ジホと同じように、コミュニティがすごい今楽しんでるとかエキサイトしてるっていうのが、見て取れますと。
Because of this season format that we take in the timelines of a lot of our seasons, we can get into kind of a nice pace where we tend to have some season launches, right? Every X number of months. And so it allows us to really build a lot of like excitement and just keep rolling from season to season to season. And I think season 0 launch went off super well. We had so much support from people like Quest, right? And all of our awesome content creators in helping us drive it out the door.
そうですね。だから今結構シーズンとかがいいペースで実装されていたりするので、それと合わせて何か新しいことを発表したりリリースしたりとかできていて、すごい今楽しい時期だなって思います。で、あとはなんか一緒にパートナーを組んでるそのクエストとかの協力とかもあったおかげで、無事に、シーズン0をもう大成功な感じでリリースすることができました。
And season 0 is not too far around the corner. Season 1 is not too far around the corner either. And we're planning to go even bigger with this one.
で、シーズン1は実はそんなに遠い未来ではなくって、このシーズン0よりも大きく動いていきたいと思っております。
We want to really iterate on a lot of the ways we've had community involved previously, and we want to go even bigger than anything we've done before. And so we'll be sharing a lot more on that soon for community members to really help us even drive the hype further.
なるほど。で、今までアクシーが盛り上がってきた時もコミュニティの力があってできることが多かったんですけど、今回もシーズン1のリリースに向けてさらにコミュニティに盛り上げてもらえるようなちょっとコンテンツなんかをいろいろ出していこうと思っております。
We're working on an official gameplay guide, which will be really cool because it'll not only be polished and like honestly
で、あとオフィシャルゲームプレイガイドなんかを今制作中です。
educational for all of us. There's always something to learn, but it'll also be a really cool kind of shareable payload that each of us in this room can use to send to our friends, other people that we want to help onboard into Axie.
で、教育的な意味で存在することもすごい大事だと思うんですけど、そのプレイガイドブックがあることによって、ここにいるメンバーとか、すでに既存のプレイヤーの人たちが、誰か友達とかにこう紹介するときにそれを渡すだけでいいんで、すごい紹介するのにも使いやすくなるんではないかなって。
As well. So it's something to empower each of us as we, decide we want to share this game further at an individual level. Also working on some really cool, totally new format in-person events. Jiho actually
あとはもう完全に新しい感覚の、なんかリアルライフ、in person なんで現実世界での、イベントなんかも考えてますと。
has something he's brewing. I think it would be very hype. It's something that can happen the world over and get all of us together as we actually launch this season. I won't share too much. It's still kind of being theory crafted, if you will. But it's something we're planning to roll out with this next launch.
ちょっとまだ準備中なので具体的なことは言えないんですけども、ちょっとそういったなんか物理的なイベントみたいなのも計画中ですと。
And then obviously, right, I think everybody in this room remembers the Origin launch week content calendar, and that really kind of packed schedule that we had back in, I think it was April, when Origin officially launched into alpha.
そうですね。あとは、4月にオリジンが本当に初めてこの世に出た時にあったオリジンローンチウィークってのがあったと思うんですけれども、すごい濃いスケジュールだったんですよね。
And that's something that we really want to kind of rinse, wash, repeat. And so, we're
なのでそういったことをもう一回またできたらいいなって思って
building something out similar to that at some type of scale for season 1. And the scale behind that should just get bigger and bigger between each season going forward.
でそれをまたこう次のシーズンとかにもスケールして、どんどん新しいシーズンが、出てくるごとにそれをまた拡大していけるようにしていきたいなと思います。
Super exciting. The follow-up there in regards to creators and the Quest program and the community in general, contributions and the interactions that you experience when you join the Axie community has been like no other. I mean, this is why I'm here. I am passionate about this space, connecting with so many people around the world, being able to build and play with these beautiful creatures. And this will kind of tie into Syntax. So we just had this amazing announcement moving forward with governance and community contributors. So Syntax, can you kind of give us an overview how to get involved, how to get started, and how this is a community-controlled process?
そうですね。このアクシーのすごい楽しい部分としてコミュニティのみんなと築き上げていくところがすごい大事だし、それがアクシーの良さっていう部分もあるんですけれども、今からシンタックスポールに質問で 最近なんか発表したコントリビューターとか貢献者たちとかを特定するみたいなのがあったと思うんですけれども、それについて詳しく教えてほしいと。
Yeah, thanks, Tendo. I want to just maybe reiterate the point you just made. If you think about Origin, you look at all of the contributions that the community is bringing to the game to refine it, to make it a world-class product. You look at all of the art, you look at all of the videos that describe the game, theorycraft. You look at all of the tutorials that are being built, you look at all the tools that are being developed, but then if you even take a step back and you look at the beginnings of what we've talked about, this digital nation, really underneath all of that are a collection of incredible community contributions. And we feel...
なるほど。まず、大前提に言いたいのが、オリジンを見返すと、これはもう多大なコミュニティの協力によって生まれたものだということが分かります。それはなんかみんなのその動画投稿であったり、チュートリアル動画を作ったりとか、アートを描いてくれたりとか、っていう部分もあるし、ツールを作ってくれたりとかもあるんですけれども、本当にプレイヤー一人一人の貢献があったおかげで今のオリジンができていると思います。
As if we've been a little bit behind, if I dare say, around recognizing those contributions in various ways. And so we've been hard at work working with some members of the community, what we call town builders, and have crafted a multi-step process towards moving closer and closer to a decentralized future. And that first step is really starting to formally recognize ongoing contributors to the Axie Infinity ecosystem. And so you've recently
なるほど。ちょっと待って、一回聞きます。
closer and closer to around recognizing those contributions, working with some members of the community, what we call town builders.
そうですね。今コミュニティメンバーの人たちと、めっちゃなんかすごく一緒に働いてるんですけれども、それでタウンビルダーっていう人たちと一緒になんか築き上げていて、とにかく最初のコミュニティと一緒に築いていくことで少しずつそのディーセントラライズな商品を作っていけるようにしていきたいと思っていて、
and have crafted a multi-step process towards moving closer and closer to a decentralized future. And that first step is really starting to formally recognize ongoing contributors to the Axie Infinity ecosystem. And
で、そうですね。そのディーセントラル化に向けて、いろんなステップを組み立てることができたんですけど、その第一ステップとして、今やっているのがそのすでにアクシーのエコシステムにいるその貢献者の人たちを特定することですね。
So you've recently been hearing us talk about this notion of contributor credentials. And that is a completely community governed process where community members apply and basically brag and credentials.
コミュニティクレデンシャルっていうものを最近用意したそうで。
And that is a completely community governed process where community members apply and
で、これは完全にコミュニティの人たちのみで行うガバナンスで、
basically brag and share with the rest of the community the work that they've been doing that they're particularly proud of and what they feel are important contributions to the space. And in return, we will provide them with a Ronin-based NFT credential.
あとは、だからそれで、みんなが多分各自その動画投稿したりとかアートを描いたりツールを作ったりっていうした人たちがこう自分の作品とか商品を見せることができる場所を用意して、それで、自分たちのこのやっていることとかメッセージがどう大切なのかを評価していって、そして浪人ネットワーク上になんかこう、それを証明する貢献者だって証明するようなものを与えるバッジみたいなのかな を用意してますと。
And I think it's our intention, and there are many of you here listening that are a part of this process, or maybe you could even start to answer some questions in the chat. But our hope and our intention is that as we start going through this process of identifying and formally recognizing contributions, we can
で、我々の意図としては、こうやって、貢献してくれてる人たちを特定することで、
start experimenting with various kinds of privileges and opportunities that will be available because of those credentials.
で、そのちょっといろいろ実験的にそのバッジとかクレデンシャルがあることによって、どう、今後なんかその
contributions, we can start experimenting with various kinds of privileges and
そうですね。だから貢献者っていう特定ができた後で、彼らに特別な何かそういう特権とかアクセスみたいなのを上げることによって、そこからどうみんながまた動いてくれるかみたいなのを実験的にやっていきたいと。
opportunities that will be available because of those credentials. And so we're really, really excited about everyone's amazing contributions to Axie. I think it's a fair statement to say that there's work that we can do to properly empower those who are contributing, but I'm really excited to say that we're really working very hard at operationalizing this, and more importantly, not just for a couple of hundred people that everyone might know, but literally for everyone at scale, no matter where you're at. And so this community governed process is being overseen by a representative sample of community members from different geographic parts of the world, different kinds of backgrounds and skill sets, and all just different kinds of expertise. And so you'll be
そうですね。あとは、まあ、今すでに明らかになんか動画投稿をしてたりとか、そのアクシーで有名な人たちを特定するっていう、その数百人を特定するっていう行為だけじゃなくって、ちゃんと本当に全ての人が貢献者として、特定できるようなシステムを作ろうとしているっていう感じです、ね。
Getting to know some of those early, what we're calling contributor electors, as well as the town builders. Hopefully, they're starting to come out and identify themselves. But I'm really happy on behalf of Sky Mavis to be working alongside to empower them to support that community-led process, and really excited to see what comes of this first round of credentialing.
そうですね。まあだからとにかくこういうコミュニティビルディングについて一緒にスカイメイビスと、働けていることをすごい光栄に思いますし、今後リリースするその第1弾となる、コミュニティクレデンシャルという名の、まあ、貢献者を特定するバッジみたいなものなのかな。ちょっとそこが分かんないんですけど、そのシステムを実行するのがすごい楽しみです。
It's very much an experiment. We're going to learn a lot from it, but our intention is to, over time, be able to, in a fairly robust way, comprehensively identify and credential all people who are making important contributions to Axie Infinity. So stay tuned, and if you haven't seen our announcements on Discord and social media, please take a look. There are a number of links and some information to get started. We probably will also have some Q&A sessions if there's interest around that. So back to you, Tendo.
はい、そうですね。まあだからとにかくリリースとか発表、ディスコードとかツイッターとかみたいな場所でやっていくので、皆さんぜひ注目していてくださいってことですね。
Yes, indeed. This is an exciting time to sort of see this process unfold. And we've been seeing a lot of contributions, in the past week, just in terms of Season 0 and the launch behind it. So we would like to continue to see this flourish and how this kind of unfolds for the Axie community. Now it's time to kind of
ね、シーズン0がローンチするまでもたくさんコミュニティからの手伝いとかヘルプをもらって今実装することができたので、これをまたね今後どんどん拡大していけることをぜひ見ていきたいと。
jump into Season 0. Let's get to this amazing team that has been working extremely hard on these changes and kind of ramping up the Origin launch. Let's start with Vince. Let's kind of just chat a little bit about the crafting changes around Season 0. I will let you lead that in your own way, and you can kind of explain your thought process and.
そうですね。次はゾーサー、ヴェンスからちょっとクラフトの変更点について話していただきたいと。
Yeah. Well, so let me just start by saying, honestly, this is the most fun I've ever had launching a patch. And I've worked in the industry 9 years. Like putting this together, putting all the
ゾーサーはそもそもこのライブオプスとしてこの業界にもう9年ぐらいいたそうなんですよね。だからスカイメイビスの前は違う会社でそのライブオプスをやってたらしくって、今までリリースしたパッチの中で今回のクラフトの変更点のパッチをリリースしたことが一番楽しい部分でしたと。
documents together, putting the video together. It was just so exciting. And then to see the community's reaction, like that's just what really gets me fired up. I'm pretty much a subscriber, or if not a follower, to like every single Twitch streamer out there. So if you do stream on Twitch, I will usually stop by at some point because I just like to see your guys' reactions to everything we do.
あとはすごいTwitch を配信してる方をほぼフォローしてるようなタイプの人なので、アクシーの配信とかやってたら、1回は立ち寄ったことがあるか今後寄ろうと思ってるようなって言ってますよね。
It's super cool. So yeah, also I'm loving Origin right now. I just put out a tweet about it.
Origin
I hit Dragon. I'm using a high value
今ドラゴンまで行ったと。
aggro comp and yeah, I'd be glad to retweet about it. I hit Dragon. I'm using a high value aggro comp and yeah,
High value aggro comp ってなんだろう、それわかんな
I'd be
い。
glad to respond to you guys on Twitter sort of about the play style and help anyone out there that is kind of struggling. But yeah, on to the sort of the crafting and progression changes that I want to talk about. The most important thing
クラフトの変更点とかについて話したいと。
for me right now is that we made a lot of changes and Phil and I really rely on your guys' feedback. If we don't read it directly, it usually finds a way to get to us. And so just by mentioning it on Discord or mentioning it to Twitter, it might get in the hands of someone and then it passes along and next thing you know, we see it. And so, keep firing off your feedback because we made a ton of changes. We changed
このゾーサーとグリーンレンジャー、フィリップは、本当にコミュニティの意見をかなり、目を通してるっぽくって、それがあるおかげで、こういった変更点なんかも、できるようになったので、必ずしも直接メールを送ってるとかじゃなかったとしても誰かが何かしらをツイートしたらそれがもしかして、誰かの目に届いてそこからまたつながって彼らの目に最終的には止まるそうなので、常にねやっぱツイッターとかいろんなところでぜひ皆さんの意見を発信してくださいと。
The crafting recipes. We totally changed the crafting system by removing the need to craft utility items. We put rewards into crafting levels. We totally refined the rank up rewards. And so, did we do all this 100% perfectly the first try? Probably not. So, we really kind of depend on your guys' feedback for a lot of this, as well as the data to kind of help us to see what you guys are experiencing.
そうですね。だからクラフトの報酬とかもなんかクラフトできることとかも結構変更点があったと思うんですけれども、これを1回の実装で完璧なものを出せるかって言ったらそうじゃなくって、やっぱり、今回のシーズンでもみんなからの意見とかデータとかをもらうことによってさらに改善していくことができますと。
As well as us as players, and that's why I'm playing the game so much. How does the experience feel to me and what tweaks do we need to make?
であとはだから自分でも結構積極的にプレイしていてどういった経験とか体験をみんなは得ているのかとかどうやったらゲームを改善できるのかについて考えたくてプレイしている。
I'm just one person and so I want to make sure we get this right and have all of you guys' feedback if we can.
で自分もただ一人の人間だから一人きりじゃできないけどいいものを作りたいからみんなの意見をちょっと募集してますと。
But yeah.I think more interesting for me is kind of just kick that off and then, see some of the chat that happens around specifically if you guys want to chime in about how you guys feel specifically from season alpha to season 0 about the crafting changes, about the reward system, just your experience playing the first 6 days. And then, maybe we circle back later or I can respond in chat and just kind of get a pulse on that.
そうですね。とにかくみんなからもう今オリジン多分シーズン0始まってから、1週間ぐらい経ってるんですけどそういった意見とかを聞けたらいいなって感じですね。
Does that sound good, Tendo?
Yeah. So you have any questions in regards to crafting changes around season 0 right now? Or any anticipation around ruins and charms? He is your man. And I guess we'll lead into Phil if Phil wants to touch on anything. And then we'll jump into the Q&A. And then we'll allow the community to sort of give their feedback and ask questions. And while the team is up here, and we'll have be able to give feedback on that.
あとは、まあ、とりあえずゲームリードのグリーンレンジャーから、次ちょっと何か言ってもらって、それでその後に Q&A を設けて、コミュニティの質問に答えていきたいと。
Yeah, so yeah, I've obviously the team has been working insanely hard.
みんなめっちゃ働いてますと。
yeah, I've just been blown away by the feedback from the community and the excitement and crafting and
でみんなのコミュニティからのフィードバックとかその反応とかに本当にびっくりしてますと。
new balancing. I'm really happy that the balancing seems to we've come a long way. I think definitely a couple months ago things were definitely a bit more
でバランス調整もね、いい感じにバランスできてきてよかったな
yeah, we took a lot of that feedback and we've refined and we are basically there and just a couple more things probably that need to be addressed, but yeah, super happy with that. And yeah, just excited to see people play, and obviously the addition of NFTs and tokens, kind of the whole economy into the game is huge. It was almost like its own game release on its own. Definitely by far the biggest patch we've done.
あとは、ゲーム内に追加された新たな NFT のルーンとかチャームであったり、新しいトークン、だからムーンシャードとかのリリースとかなんかは、あとはあれか SLP を導入したこととかってのはもう本当にやることが多くって、その感覚としてはもう一つのゲームをリリースするぐらいの重みだった感覚だったので、すごい嬉しい良かったですと、嬉しいですと。
And obviously moving that whole economy over from classic is a huge milestone. So yeah, it's just shows kind of the major progress that's being made, and it's one major step closer to even bigger things that we can do with Origin.
そうですね。で、これは本当に大きなステップの一つで、今後オリジンでもまた大きなステップを踏んでいけるようないい例として、できたんではないでしょうか。
And yeah, there's a lot more we want to do in the future. Make the game more accessible. Make the game kind of more competitive in certain ways, create more different types of progression, different types of cosmetics where people can express themselves. This is really just the beginning.
で、あとはちょっといろんなものを実装していきたいなって思ってるんだけど、
more competitive in certain ways.
もっと競技シーンってか競技の部分が良くしていったり、
more, different types of progression, different
進行状況とかもなんか変えていったり、あとはコスメティック足したりとか、エモートを増やしていったりとか、エモートってか自分をもっと表現できるようにしていきたいと。
Really just the beginning, but yeah, it's a huge milestone. So yeah, excited to see more, play more myself, and happy to answer questions that people have now.
あとはみんなのリアクション見たり、自分でももっとプレイしたりして、行くのが楽しみですと。で、あとは質問があればぜひ答えていきたいと。
Cool. Thank you for that, brother. I do have a few questions that were already asked in the stage text, and then we'll kind of transition to allowing the community
コミュニティからあった質問について聞いていきますと。
Contributors are anything related to esports or marketing, feel free to raise your hand. If the team are able to answer that today, we'll go
喋りたい方手挙げてくださいって。
So please do not be shy to raise your hand. And if you are a little shy, do not be scared to type in the chat.
ね、で、喋るの恥ずかしかったら別にテキストでも書いて。
This one's from Gerson TVG. He asks, when is the next balance patch?
次のバランスパッチはいつ来ますかっていう質問ですね。
So we do not announce specific dates for our patches, as you know.
今まで通り我々はそのパッチがあることを発表はしたことないんですけれども、
but we do plan on doing one within this season.
でただ一つ言えるのは一応このシーズン中にもう一回パッチアップデートはしようとは思ってます。
It might not be a major balance patch. There might be small changes. Our focus right now is more on just fixing bugs. And, at the same time, obviously bugs have an effect on the balancing of the game. So it'll be more bug fixes and maybe some
some small balancing changes.
まあだから何にもそんな大きいものじゃないかもしれないんだけど、小さなそういうバグ修正とかをやっていこうと思っていて、まあでもバグ修正をするとそれがまたバランスにちょっと影響が出てくるから、さらにバグ修正をしてみたいな感じのことをやっていこうと思ってます。
In the next patch, which will happen sometime this season probably.
ね、このシーズン中には行われますと。
From Kaio, how long will the seasons normally be moving forward? From Kaio, how long will the seasons normally be moving forward?
これから、まあ、進むにつれて、だいたい1シーズンってどれくらいの長さになりますかっていう質問ですね。
The plan right now is 2 months.
だいたい2ヶ月を想定してますと。
Which I think is similar to Classic, but
クラシックでも V2 でもだいたい同じぐらいだった。
This is a new world. Obviously, there's a lot of new mechanics, and it takes time for people to reach certain crafting levels and different types of metas, and so.
まあでもこれは本当に新しいゲームで新しい世界なので、もしかしたら、ある程度のクラフトレベルに到達するまでの時間とかも違うかもしれないし、自分に適したメタとかを見つけるのにも時間がかかるかもしれないし。
Yeah, we could tweak in the future, but 2 months is kind of the
で将来的にまあ調整することもできるけど、だいたい2ヶ月を想定してますと。
Question from Nomek. How many changes do you guys think will be implemented before Axicon or Barcelona?
あとはアクシーコンの前にどれだけのバランスパッチとかが行われると思いますか？
How many? I guess in terms of patches, no more than 1, maybe 2 max. Probably just one patch, I would say.
まあ多くて1回か、まあやったとしても2回って言ってますね。
In terms of the number of changes with that, a lot. Bug fixes, balancing, new kind of underlying features, infrastructure changes. Yeah, I don't know the specific number.
そうですね。
And do not be shy to raise your hand.
まあだから1回ぐらいかなっていう感じです。
And Phil, I think it's also fair to say the amount of changes between last season and season alpha, we probably will not see that many changes between season alpha and season 1 by comparison.
まあだから例えばシーズンアルファの時は結構バランスパッチ多かったと思うんだけど、それと比べたら圧倒的に少ない数になるとのことです。
We did a ton, and so I think it'll be a little more stable because we've kind of gotten to a better place. If that's fair.
まあ今では結構いろんな調整とかもできてバランスが取れてきているので、そんなには行わないと思います。
Yeah, at least balancing changes. Yeah, what Vince said is correct. Like we see the balancing is pretty solid right now, and so there probably won't be, as many, balancing changes in the.
そんなあんまりやらないと思いますって。
I think this is a question for Ziori. Will the Axiecon tourney be with ruins and charms or no charms?
アクシーオリジンのアクシーコンでの大会ではルーンとチャームってのはつけてもいい状態で行われるんですかっていう質問ですね。
Yeah, it's a really good question that we've been getting a lot. We'll have an official announcement coming up, hopefully early next week with all.
ね、めちゃめちゃいい質問で、それ結構聞かれてるから、ちょっと後日公式の発表を用意するとのことです、ね。
The exact details. I guess I can say the intention is to have everything unlocked. I think we've talked about this before a little bit. Where
まあでも意図としては全部開放された状態でやりたいと。
Once we have a lobby system in the game client, that will open up the foundation for us to very easily do different types of game modes, like you see in other popular competitive games, like League of Legends, Dota, Counter-Strike. You load into a lobby, and then you can pick from these different game modes that. Maybe an esports mode or different types of competitive modes, or there's all sorts of casual mode, like all mid or all random, that kind of stuff. I think that will definitely exist as part of the Axie Infinity experience and will help us kind of level up esports a little bit. And part of that will be some sort of an esports mode that helps level the playing field, whether it's with runes and charms or whatever else. So,
まあなんかいずれ新しいシステムの実装としてこれは多分僕たちができることじゃなくって向こうのサーバーでのことだと思うんですけれども、なんかいろんな、ゲーム設定を作れるような他の、ゲームとかでも従来のゲームでもあるようななんかいろんなモード、例えば なんかなんなんだろう、だからルーンなしのモードとかいろんなモードみたいなのを実装できるようにしていきたいってことですね。
I want to double confirm a few things before I make an announcement that you can quote me on, but I think the intention is to see Axie Origin in its full form with runes and charms and full theory crafting from our players. That is the world that I would like to see for sure.
でもまだ確定事項としては何も言えないんですけれども、アクシーコンは意図としてはやっぱり全て開放されたもうオリジンのフル体験をできるような、方向でやっていきたいと思うので、ルーンとチャームもつけれるような感じでやっていきたいと思いますって。
Oh, thank you. That's extremely exciting. We have pulled up Spam and Rice, the amazing content creator from Quest. Welcome, brother.
それはクエストのスパム&ライスが喋ってくれるそうです。
Hey, what's up? Just want to say hi and say thank you guys for an amazing season so far. Having a blast. My teammates are having a blast. And overall, the community is just enjoying it. I'm just getting questions left and right. And it's just really fun seeing everyone so bullish on Axie again. Origin is such a fresh breath of air for sure.
ね、とにかくみんなのコミュニティの反応とかを見てて僕も嬉しいし、素晴らしいゲームを出してくれてありがとうと。あ、それを言いたかっただけなんだね。そうか、質問じゃなかったね。
Thanks, man. Do you have any questions for us while you're up here or what?
なんか質問あるかって。
I actually just want to say hi, and now I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the show.
ただ、はいって言いに来たかっただけだから、もう座って聞くだけにします。
Nice.
Thank you for your energy, brother. We have Code DP, HGC. Hey, welcome.
次は DP ですねって方。
Hey guys, it's a huge privilege to be here. I'm just really excited about the SLP burn mechanism that was implemented. I think it's huge, but I do have two questions about crafting.
最近導入された SLP のバーンシステム、クラフトですねが本当に嬉しく思ってるけど、2つ質問があります。
Specifically about something that comes up a lot is the 7-day mint cooldown. I do.
まず7日間のミント時間についてちょっと聞きたいんですけど。
I expect it to be going down, I think later on, but if we can get some clarity about that, and then also the.
だから将来的にはその日数が短くなっていくとは思うんですけれども、そこら辺についてちょっと聞きたいと。
Just some basic, I guess, fundamental reasons about the $3 mint fee for minting AXS.
あとはちょっと基本的な質問として、その浪人ルーンとかチャームをマーケットプレイスにミントする際に3ドルの AXS がかかるんですけども、それをなんで実装したのかについて聞きたいと。
Cool. Yeah, I can cover that. Yeah, in terms of the 7-day cooldown, so even in kind of classic, we know like for SLP, we had the 2-week cooldown actually, which was even longer than 7 days. So we've kept a cooldown. Obviously, a big reason for this is to manage exploits and abuse, and we're not tied to it. I think.
なるほど。まずこの7日間を実装した理由は、そもそも V2 でも SLP をクレームするときに14日間っていう期間があったと思うし、それはこの7日間よりも2倍で長いんだけれども、とにかくみんながそのなんかルーンチャームを悪用しないようにとか乱用しないようにとかシステムのバグを見つけたりしないようにちょっと長めの期間を設けましたけれども、これに縛られているわけではないので、いずれ改善していくことも考えてはいるとのことだそうですね。
As we worked through the seasons, we may decrease it, 3 days, 2 days, 24 hours, who knows, could be instant one day. But yeah, 7 days is kind of what we're starting with, as it does take time sometimes to detect exploits or abuse and things like that. So
だからいずれ3日間2日間1日とかって下がる可能性はあるんだけれども、とにかく今はちょっと実験的に長く設けることによってみんながその悪用とか乱用しないように、何か万が一、バグみたいなのを見つけた時にっていうためですね。
That's kind of the major reason for the cooldown right now, and even things like juggling runes and charms across accounts and things like that. The cooldown's there to just manage some of that for now, as we think.
あとはなんかルーンとチャームのジャグリングっていう他のアカウントに移したり持って帰ってきたりとかっていうのをする行為をちょっとなるべく少なくするため だそうです。
through exactly how we want to evolve the game and how we want players to, trade and manage some of those areas. On the mint fee, so the whole idea is just, as you create NFTs in our ecosystem, you're kind of contributing to, the treasury in AXS for, ultimately we'll need that to fund everything in the Axie Infinity community. Obviously the emissions coming out of that we have, as part of the AXS emissions aren't going to be available forever. The treasury will be necessary to, fund, tournament rewards, season rewards, all those types of things. And so this contributes to that.
なるほど。だから3ドルの AXS に関しては、とにかくみんなから少しずつだけれども、そのトレジャリー、その財務省にちょっと貢献してもらうために設けてますと。で、だから AXS のステーキングであったり、e スポーツのその AXS の賞金とかもあるんですけれども、そうやってやっぱ一生は輩出していられないからこそ、ちょっとみんなに少しずつこう貢献してもらって、そうすることによってまた将来にアクシーの大会とかシーズンがあった時に AXS を配れるようにそれを回収してるって感じですね。みんなに貢献してもらうためにって感じです。
And at the same time, it also helps with abuse and people, if there are, potential exploits where people can, mint a lot of runes and charms, there's kind of that mint fee to manage some of that as well.
なるほど。あとは、さっきも言ったように、ちょっと万が一何かバグとかがあった場合に、その乱用されないために、3ドルの AXS をそこに設置しておくことによって、そのもう永久に無限になんかミントできるみたいなことを防ぐためだそうです。
So that's kind of just some of the thinking, but there's a lot more nuances and things we had to go through as well.
そんな感じですね。
Yeah, perfect. I did expect there to be a lot of good reasoning, and a lot of the community, I guess, didn't expect that kind of thing to be there, but absolutely is worth hearing kind of from the team, the reasoning behind it, and definitely sharing that with the community as well for the rest of us. So I do appreciate that.
とにかくそういった理由があったとは予想できたんだけれども、みんな直接チームからこうやって聞けることがすごい嬉しく思いますと。
Yeah, with I mean designing some of these like very sensitive systems, it's always better to start, a bit more conservative, and kind of work your way down as you, become more comfortable, have managed some of the risk, have seen how it works, in the wild. So that's kind of, the best way to build our systems, especially at first launch, to be more robust. And then, in the future, we can, figure out more ways to make things easier as well.
あとはやっぱ何か新しいものを実装するときになるべくちょっと保守的にやった方が安全だから今回もこういったような仕組みにしたとのことですね。
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for joining us. This is a question from the chat. Can you explain the effect of Aranda?
あと質問でオランダアクアの角ですね、金魚のオランダのエフェクトについてちょっと教えてほしいと。
I will let Vince cover this one. I don't know if there's a...
I might miss the exact technicality. Maybe we can get Family Rice to explain it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and our game designers might be better to answer that as well.
I will get back to you on that, brother, asking that question. I'm going to bring up, I can't actually see the requests on my side. I guess Family Rice raised his hand, answer that question while I pull somebody up.
Wait,
Yes.
so basically Aranda, right? So I think I can take this one. So basically, Dispel is a buff remover, right? So
まずディスペルって効果があると思うんですけど、それはバフを取り除く効果ですね。
So, yeah, basically you remove buffs from the target.
要するに相手のバフ系を、相手からなくすと。
And each dispel removes up to 10 stacks, or sorry, up to 5 stacks, right? So it's like you can basically.
で、各ディスペル、まあ2回あると思うんですけど、各ディスペルは最大で5スタックまで解除する、取り除くことができると。
remove 10 stacks with a randa of a buff from the Axie that you're attacking.
Yeah, to go a little more in depth on that, Aranda's a great skill to remove those buffs, like you said. The way it works, if Axie has multiple buffs, let's say he has 4 leaves, 4 raid.
まあ例えばアクシーが複数のバフがあるとします。リーフとかなんかいろんなもの。
5 healing boost. Aranda will pick 2 random one of those and cleanse 5 each of the 2 random ones it picks.
あとはだからオランダを使うとそれがランダムで2つ選ばれて最大で5スタックまで、解除するってことだそうです。
But overall, it's such a great card. Primarily in the meta right now, it's used to disenchant very strong cards like Wall Gecko, which lasts 4 turns. But it's pretty cool how it can be used to take off multiple buffs at a time, especially up to 5 stacks, therefore making it very, very hard to deal with if you're one of those stalling teams.
なるほど。だから回復チームとか耐久チーム、まあそのバフに依存してるようなチームからしたらオランダがある相手とぶつかるのはちょっと、手強いそうですね。
Yeah, I think we see a lot of questions around, oh, like these healing teams are so annoying, right? Like how do we, and these sustain comps are so annoying, like how do we counter them, right? But there are cards inserted in the game that actually do counteract some of these strong buffs that allow for these sustain comps.
Yeah, to be honest, there's actually tons of counters out there. People just have to be a little more adventurous with it. I know your comp personally does very well against it, G-Host. I know you're having a blast using poison against healing. So I'm glad to see that.
Cool. We brought up Grove and Rio. I think Grove came up first. Hi, welcome.
Grove.
Hi, it's good to be here. I just wanted to speak. I'm Crotez, and another streamer for Axies. And one of the questions really comes up from scholars and other players. Do you feel like the SLP currently, what are your feelings on it? Because a lot of people feel priced out, and other people who had lots of SLP are in a very comfortable spot. Will it be going up or down in your opinion?
もう直接的な質問ですね。SLP 上がるか下がるかどう思いますかっていう質問。
Will like the emissions be going up or down?
In terms of both, in terms of the cost of crafting and the emissions.
Cost of crafting. ああ、そういうことね。違うわ。SLP の量か。だからクラフトとかをする際に使う SLP の量とか、まあ、あとは SLP のゲーム内での排出量とかについてどうなると思いますか？上がると思いますか？下がると思いますか？とのことです。
Yeah, we're going to monitor the data. So as I mentioned before, yeah, we've started off with relatively conservative kind of emissions, and we mentioned that in the blog post too, as we tune the system and looking at the mint burn rates, how people are playing, what the progression looks like. So
あとはだからさっき言ったみたいにちょっと保守的な、感じでスタンスで今回リリースしたので、まあ、アリーナとかでの SLP の排出量は割と少ない方なんですけれども、まあ、データとかを今から監視していってモニターしていって、また決めますと。
Yeah, I can definitely see it changing in the future. Ultimately, yeah, we want to make sure that there's a good progression, but we also don't want to run into the issues that we had again on Classic, right? And so finding the right balance there will take some time and iteration. And that's kind of why we mentioned even in the blog post that even the SLP emissions this season could change, but we want to look at the data first.
なるほど。だからまあとにかくバランスの取れた経済圏を作っていきたいから、その V2 の二の舞みたいにはなりたくないので、ちょっと割と慎重に排出量も少なめで今は行っているんですけれども、それはまた変わる可能性はあるって感じですね。
Perfect, thanks for that. And just to follow up on that, how will scholarships transition from V2 to V3 now that we have this interesting economy where scholars pretty much have to use SLP to stay relatively competitive?
あとは今後スカラーシップの仕組みがどう変わっていくと思いますか？今はスカラーでもやっぱ オリジンとかで勝ち上がっていくためには SLP をある程度消費してクラフトしたりすることが大事になってくると思うんですけど、どうですかっていう質問ですね。
I mean that's up to the guilds to figure out how they want to structure in kind of the new world. We've added obviously some tools, being conscious of the things they need to do. You know, we added the toggle so that they can control who can or can't use SLP. And
あとはだからそこら辺に関してはさすがにちょっとギルドの判断に任せるし、そのためにちょっといろんなボタンみたいなのも用意したから、そう皆さん気づいたかわかんないんですけど、マーケットプレイスに行って自分の、まあ設定の部分、アカウントのページに行くと選べるんですよ。ちょっと見せようかなみんなに。スカラーさんたちが勝手にゲーム内でクラフトしていいかしちゃダメかみたいなのを決めれるんですよ。ここですね。この Crafting Endgame で Allow for Token Usage Endgame ってこれがチェックついてるとゲーム内で SLP を消費して浪人のルーンとかチャームをクラフトできるようになるんですけど、これだから逆に言うと自分のアカウントをスカラーとかに貸してる人なんかはこれをオフにすれば、ゲーム内で SLP を勝手に使われてクラフトされちゃうみたいなことを防げるんですよね。でもチェックしておけばいちいち自分がやらずともスカラが直接、SLP を使ってクラフトをしたりすることはできるようになります。
in the game to craft or disenchant and things like that. But yeah, I'm kind of interested to see myself how guilds kind of structure. I think there will be probably different configurations and different ways they do it. So yeah, we don't have a vision for what scholarships will specifically look like though.
だからこちらスカイメビスからの意見としては別にスカラーシップまでのことは考えていないので、その各ギルドがどうそれに対してこう調整をしていくのかを逆に見ていきたいですっていう感じですね。
No worries. Thanks so much for answering.
Cool. Thank you.
Hi, Rio. Welcome.
I just want to ask if you have a plan on giving maybe NFT collectibles for top finishers per season.
Yeah.
Collectibles for on. I just want to ask if you have a plan on giving maybe NFT collectibles for top finishers.
なるほど。とにかくリーダーボードとかを上位に入賞できた人たちのためのなんかコレクションとして集めることができる NFT 系をなんか実装する予定とかありますかって。
Per season?
Yeah, so I'd love to. I think
個人的にはやりたいってことを言ってます。
cosmetics is one thing we've talked about a lot.
だからそれでコスメティックも一つの案として考えてる。
And I think I've brought it up previously before too. I think if and when, probably more likely when we introduce cosmetics on body parts, they will be NFTs likely, and yeah, I think it'd be awesome if we could reward the coolest cosmetics, some of our top leaderboard players.
そうですね。だからトップにつくことができたプレイヤーの人たちに NFT のコスメティックを配れるようにはしていきたいって言ってますね。
Thank you and congratulations on season 0.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
Oh, you got blacked out. Hi, thank you for joining us, Rio. I think Spam joined first.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to leave the stage after answering the round of questions.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Ninesk. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Welcome.
Hey everyone, a bit afraid and anxious for coming up here with you all. I'm a content creator of the Brazilian community and super excited to be here. So I have 3 questions, if I may.
3個質問があると。
Is it okay? 3 questions?
Yep.
Sure. I don't think we have a limit.
All right. Okay, so let me start it then. First one would be, can people freely transfer minted runes and charms between themselves? Because Like, of course, respecting the 7-day mint period. I mean, can we freely gift runes and charms between a group of friends?
Yeah, you can move them around. So the
だから質問はミントされたルーンとかチャームをなんかギフトし合ったりすることはできますかってことですね。だから今はまあ売ったりすることは分かってるけどギフトできるのかってことですね。
barrier comes in and the friction. Yeah, you can move them around.
じゃあまあ動かせます。自由にギフトできます。
So the barrier comes in and the friction comes in when you actually deposit them back into the game. So you can move them around on, into different accounts on the marketplace as much as you want.
まあだからマーケットプレイスにある状態であればいくらでもギフトしたりして動かすことはできるんだけど、ゲームの中に入っているとそこからは移せないからまたゲームから取り出してマーケットプレイスに移してっていう作業が必要になるそうですね。
But once you deposit in the game, then you'll have to kind of wait the 7 days before you can pull it out. So moving it.
なるほど。で、あとはゲーム内にそれを入れたらまた引き出せるまでには7日間かかるそうですね。なるほど。だからそれ今僕もやっと初めてちゃんと理解したんですけど、ゲーム内で SLP を消費して浪人のルーンとチャームをクラフトしたらゲームの中からマーケットプレイスに移せるまでが7日間かかるそうなんですよね。まあだから今までの V2 でいうゲーム内で獲得した SLP をマーケットプレイスでクレームできるのには14日間かかってたみたいな仕組みと似ていて、浪人ルーンとチャームは7日間かかると。で、それをまたゲーム内に移したら、今度はまた7日以上かかるってことですね。ゲーム内に移したっていうか、だから友達とかに送って、で、友達がそれをゲームで使用したくってゲームに移したらまたそれを引き出せるまで7日間かかるっていう感じですね。
From account to account won't be, if you want to actually use it in game, you won't be able to kind of move it around as efficiently.
So it's like legal to share runes and charms, right?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we've made an announcement about that. So yeah, right now as for season 0, yeah, you can move your runes and charms to anyone and use them as you want.
まあだから特に今シーズン0限定で言いますと自由にルーンとチャームを送り合って使用することはできます。
Alright, that's great. Second question would be, are there any news on the make an offer option on the marketplace?
あとはなんかマーケットプレイスでそのオファーとかなんか入札するみたいな仕組みってのは考えてるんですかって。
Jeff K isn't here, right? It's definitely something that we are very aware of, and I think they're working on designs for it already. So yeah, it's in the works, and we know people want it. So no like specific timeline though.
Okay,
Jeff is building out his team as well. So I think he just assigned. Yeah, just brought on a new tech team member, and that person will also be assisting with that. So.
なるほど。まあとにかくジェフ・ケイっていう別のスカイメビスのメンバーがいて、その人がそういうマーケットプレイスとかの多分 UI を担当してる方なんですけど、彼が最近新しいチームメンバーを迎え入れたそうなので、彼と一緒にそういったことについて今担当している最中だそうですね。
Yeah, all right. Just to know, there is you guys are aware, so it's nice already. So last one would be in the roadmap we had as the next steps, new runes and charms in-app purchases. Are we still on track with that, or any news that we can know?
まあ今はインアップパーチェスって言ってたんで、ゲーム内での、ルーンとかチャームを購入する仕組みってのはまだ実装する予定ですかって。
Runes and charms as in-app purchases, or just in-app purchases as a whole. Yeah, we want to implement that for. Yeah, it's still definitely on the roadmap. I think the plan right now is definitely get to the core game to a really solid spot and get to our season 1. And then after that, the priorities will shift more towards getting in the app stores, onboarding, making it our progression more seamless for new players. And part of that will be having in-app purchases and on mobile and things like that in the future.
まあなので今現在はどうしても、注目しているっていうか今力を入れている部分はそのゲームのバランスを取ることであったりいいゲームプレイを作ること が今優先事項として行っていることだけれども、まあ、シーズン1もリリースしてゲーム自体が安定してきたらそういったようなインゲームでの新しい仕組みっていうのは導入していこうとは思ってます。
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for the questions.
Hey Tendo, Matt, there was a guy in chat earlier that asked a really good question, Matt, about kind of the thoughts on mystic runes and charms and how long it takes to hit level 10, if we're having discussions about that, about can any player at some point be able to craft a mystic rune and charm. I just want to give a few thoughts about that to acknowledge.
まあなんか今質問でミスティックルーンとかチャームをクラフトすることについてとかクラフトレベル10にたどり着くことについての質問があったっぽくってそれについてちょっと触れたいって言ってるんですけど
I saw that first of all and that it's definitely something that's important. So obviously there's kind of a lever in our game that we can kind of put or control how early or how late mystic runes can be crafted. And if you set that lever too early, then of course players that disenchant and stuff or come out really high early in the leaderboards, they're going to craft mystic runes really early in the season. And if you move that or crafted, and if you set that lever too early, then of course players that disenchant and stuff or come out really high early in the leaderboards, they're going to craft mystic runes really early in the season. And if you move that lever too late, then you might have some players that never craft a mystic rune the entire season because they just never, even playing every day, because they just never get high enough. So it's definitely a lever we're aware of.
なるほど。まあだからすごいやり込んでる人だったらもしかしたら早い段階でそういうミスティックルーンとかをクラフトできる可能性はあるんだけれどもやっぱあんまりプレイしてない人とかだったらシーズン中に一度もクラフトできないまま終わっちゃう可能性なんかもあるってのを分かってるのでそれを考慮したいものを実装していきたいと。
We haven't really been able to gather much data with it yet.
でもまだデータがそもそも集まってないんで十分なデータが。
Because it's relatively new. The other thing I want to bring up about this point is we're only 6 days into the season. And I know, like, I'm super excited. It feels like we've been on the season for 2 months.
まあだからあとはもう一つ言いたいのはそのシーズンが始まって実はまだ6日間しか経っておりませんと。でもすごい長い時間が経ったように思えるんだけれども、ね、みんなすごい長いことプレイしてるからもうねすごい期間が経ったように感じるけれども。
But we are still really fresh into the season, and it's only a 30-day season. But imagine we have a 2-month season. So we're really only 1/10 the way into a 2-month season. So we have to make sure to remember that when you're thinking about crafting, that you still have so much more time until we're even halfway or 3/4 into the season. So yeah, we're
まあだから今は1ヶ月間のシーズン0なんですけれどもいずれシーズンはだいたい2ヶ月ぐらいの期間を設けようと思っているのでそうやって考えるとまだ最初の6日間ってのは本当に 10% ぐらいしか到達していないのでそのまだまだ先があるからそういった期間も考慮しないといけないですねって考慮ってか考えてほしいっていう
Definitely aware we're looking for that balance and it's something that's really important that we're going to be tweaking definitely during the off season and into season 1 as far as how that feels and looks like as the progression and crafting unlocks.
まあだからこれで十分なデータとかを集められたらシーズン1でこれのバランスを取った調整をしていきたいとのことですね。
Thank you for that, brother. I did not see that question in the chat. We can go ahead and go with Aftermath. Welcome.
Hey everyone, it's really nice to be here again in our town hall. So I do have a quick question. This is more on a personal level because I'll be speaking as a player of Origin who is really having a great time with the game right now. And I probably burned more than 10,000 SLP already because I really wanted to have good runes and charms for my team. And I'm so excited for the upcoming marketplace runes and charms where I can finally buy what I need. Now, moving forward, my question is, I am positive, I'm bullish that eventually we will be available in App Store and in Play Store. The question is, because like in my case, I'm willing to spend for my own account. Is it in the roadmap where we can buy moon shards using the payment method in App Store and Play Store? Or do you have something else in mind in terms of in-app purchases, items for Origin?
まあだから質問をまとめると基本的にはそのムーンシャードをゲーム内で購入できるようなシステムは実装する予定はありますかって感じですね。あとはまあだから他のアイテムなんかを購入できるシステム。
Yeah, we have first of all, hey Aftermath, great to have you here. I think we probably will not. I mean, there's a ton of nuance involved with Play Store's Apple Store, their rules, what's allowed, what's not allowed. I won't go into all that, and I probably can't even talk about some of the details because we talked directly with them about a lot of things. We do want to have in-app purchases where people can then just spend on their mobile device directly to get resources to get runes and charms and power-ups. One nuance, for example, that we have to figure out though is if someone buys something and they do a refund but they already minted it, what happens then? So those are the kind of nuances we really need to figure out.
なるほど。まあとにかくアップストアとかGoogle プレイストアからいずれリリースする予定なんだけれども、その各プラットフォームでのルールってのがあって、まあ例えば誰かがなんか SLP を使ってクラフトをしてミントしたんだけれども、それでやっぱリファンドが欲しいってなったらじゃあどうするみたいなっていう状況とかもあるかもしれないので、そうやってちょっといろんなことを考慮しないといけないらしくって、詳しくはちょっとまだ話せないそうなんですね。
One idea I think that's been thrown around and even within the community was, if there was actually a separate off-chain resource that where people can use to craft off-chain runes and charms, and that actually could make it more friendly for non-blockchain people who haven't onboarded to the blockchain yet to just play the game. Play like it's a normal free-to-play game, spend in the app store, get runes and charms, and eventually when they're ready and comfortable, they can onboard to the blockchain side and get SLP and get NFT runes and charms as well. So that's some of the thinking around as we work towards getting in the app stores. There's a lot more details and people who haven't onboarded to the blockchain yet, and even within the community was, if there was actually a separate off-chain resource that where people can use to craft off-chain runes and charms, and that actually could make it more friendly for non-blockchain people who haven't onboarded to the blockchain yet to just play the game, play like it's a normal free-to-play game, spend in the app store, get runes and charms, and eventually when they're ready and comfortable, they can onboard to the blockchain side.
なるほど。だからブロックチェーンじゃない、方法でなんかアップストアとか Google プレイストアで課金してオフチェーンの例えばムーンシャードとかを購入してでオフチェーンのルーンとかチャームをクラフトしたりするようなことはもしかしたらできるかもしれなくって、でそれでいずれそうやって浪人のルーンとかチャームとかが欲しいってなればそっちに移行してみたいな風にやっていけばいいのかもしれないけれども、まだちょっと詳細までは言えないとのことですね。
Get SLP and get NFT runes and charms as well. So that's some of the thinking around as we work towards getting in the app stores. There's a lot more details and kind of thinking that needs to go into it.
I
really appreciate that, Phil, and hi by the way. And the reason why I asked is because I noticed that when we launched the season 0, a lot of new players are playing, and most of them, or probably not most, but some of them are consumers. They're willing to spend. I can see that based from feedback from my community. So, like in my case, on a personal level, if I was just hoping if Moonshards can be purchased via the App Store, why not, right? I mean, come on, it's very hard to grind Moonshards nowadays, and we are really on the right path right now. And hopefully, it's a great feedback coming from you that we do have plans to have enough purchases in order for us to progress, especially those who want to spend in-game, and it will eventually help the economy long term. And again, thank you very much for the time. I appreciate you all, and I do hope that we will have a successful AxieCon, and have a nice day, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
まあだからとにかくいずれやっぱコミュニティの中でもそのお金を使ってでもいいからムーンシャドウ欲しいって言ってるような人たちは多く見て取れるので、そういうの実装してほしいなとのことです、ね。
Yeah, and I think there's maybe one thing I misheard so one thing that we might be careful about is if we allow for Moonshard specifically to be in the apps as purchasable too. Obviously, that's kind of one of the main progression kind of resources right now that you can't just buy an unlimited amount of Moonshards. And so yeah, we'd have to be pretty careful about how we structure kind of the in-app purchase system around Moonshards. Like maybe you can get an item that lets you earn a bit more Moonshards per game, but probably just can't go to the IP shop and buy unlimited Moonshards. So
なるほど。まあだから今ムーンシャードは基本的にはゲームをこう進行していかないとゲットできないものとして存在しているので、まあそれをちょっと課金することによって無限に買えるようになったらちょっといろいろ仕組みが崩壊するかもしれないからそこはすごい気をつけて取り組まないといけない場所ですねって。
There's a bunch of different ways to do that.
Yeah, I got your point. Actually, it's better that way. Probably something like a moon dust that it increases the chance only of acquiring more shards or probably a higher rarity runes or charm. But anyway, that's just I'm talking about the future. But hopefully we will have that because again, it will really help the economy a lot. And we are welcoming a lot of consumers moving forward with the current structure of Origin. And by the way, congratulations to you, Phil, for doing everything, a great job. And of course, to the entire Sky Mavis team handling Origin. Thank you again, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, no, definitely credits go to the team.
Thank you for joining us, Aftermath. We do have Axie Squad Ron up here. We are getting closer to the end of our town hall, so I'll bring up about 2 more people after Squad Ron. Welcome, brother.
Yo, hey, what's up, everybody? I just had a quick question to ask. When is chat gonna go live to send messages in game?
確かにオリジンの中にチャットっていうボタンがあると思うんですけど、それっていつ実装されるんですかって。
Origin.
チャットをやりたいよね。
I'm actually not sure if we have that feature coming. Yeah, there's a lot of sensitivities around chat as a whole in any games. So I think we would need to think that through a bit more.
まあだからいろんなゲームでも同じなんですけども、やっぱチャットシステムってすごく慎重に行わないといけない部分でして、まあ今具体例は言わなかったけど、だから要するに相手に対してめちゃめちゃ悪いこととか言う人が出てくるだろうから、ね、そういうのを防ぐためにちょっとまだやるかわかんない。
Games I've worked on, they specifically do not implement chat for you can imagine a variety of reasons with all the different types of people online. So yeah, I don't think there's any specific plans right now for chat.
そっか、今別にチャットってないんだっけ？わかんない。覚えてないけど。
Most definitely welcome to chat as much as you want on our Discord and Twitter and everything else.
チャット自体は実装するかわかんないって感じです。
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I thought maybe you could send like an emote to your buddy or something, or send a quick little message before you invited them to battle. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. That's pretty much all I had.
Cool having some more controlled ways to interact with people and socialize. But yeah, I think that'd be cool too.
I mean, one area where maybe I can chime in there, I think, like a lobby system, it would make sense to have a chat room. Yeah, we can hear you. It would make sense to have like some sort of basic chat function attached to like a...
Yo, wait, Zuri, you need to let Zuri finish.
Days. And why did you guys decide to do that?
Yeah,
I understand some point on doing.
Not listening to us.
So yeah, just a note on the lobbies. I think to coordinate, custom game modes. If you think back to like Warcraft 3 custom games or anything else, this is something that'll be used either for fun with your friends, lobbies that have passwords on them, kind of as Phil mentioned, more controlled environments where you can invite people specifically, and then it's just the three of you chatting, and maybe you're coordinating, settings for the game mode or trying to decide who gets to go first, right? Like I think the lobbies could maybe have a coin flip function, as a lot of other esport type games do, so you can decide who goes first or any other parameters connected to the game. So, I don't want to speak for the product team, but I think maybe what you're talking about, Axie Squadron, is really more connected to that like lobby experience, which is definitely on the roadmap. I don't know, does that make sense, Phil? I don't want to over...
なるほどね。だから他のゲームでもよくあるし、フォートナイトなんかにもあるんですけど、なんかロビーシステムみたいなの用意して、ロビーに集まることでそこにいる人たちの中でだけだったらコミュニケーションが取れたり、あるいはなんか誰が最初に行くとかっていう順番を決めたいときにコインフリップをするような、システムを用意しておいたりすることで、そういった問題を解決できるんじゃないかなって言ってるんですけど、これはただ案としてe スポーツのザイオリが今提案しただけなので、必ずしもそういったプロダクト商品として出るっていうことではないですね。
Overstep here, but
Yeah, I mean, I think lobby as a whole is definitely something we want to do down the line. I don't know what specific features it'll have, but yeah, like generally allowing people to socialize more, I think is aligned to what we want to do.
そうだね。でも交流ができるとかコミュニケーションが取れるシステムはまた足していきたいってことを言ってますね。
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Hi, welcome.
Hi, guys. Thanks for inviting me or accepting my request to ask a question. Just a quick question. Do you have, or is the option to have second rune gonna be available soon, or is it in the current roadmap?
あとは今アクシーの詳細を見るとルーンって多分1個しかつけられないんだけど、2つ目の枠みたいなのがあるんですよね。だからその2個目のルーンをつけれる時って近いんですかってか、いつ来るんですかみたいな質問ですね。
Sorry, second rune?
Yes, I just noticed it when you click on your Axie, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's kind of a slot there for another rune. We have a bunch of ideas around that.
それに対してはいろんなアイデアがありますと。
Nothing's been scheduled or built around it yet, but yeah, you can imagine a lot of different ways that we can make some more unique mechanics around how you unlock that second slot, or what's required, what particular runes can go in that slot, or how it might connect to other game mechanics inside the game, or related to what axes you have. So yeah, there's a lot of ways we can
だからそもそもいろんなアイデアがあるんですけれども、それをどうやってアンロックするかっていうことを考えていたりだとか、どういったルーンだったらつけれるかとか、どういうアクシーにだったらつけられるかみたいなのを今議論中だそうです。
leverage that extra slot there, but no, nothing's been set for now.
Okay, all right, that's all what I need to know. Thanks a lot, guys, and congratulations on your for this project. It really brought back the people who initially quit. So a lot of my friends came back, stopped playing V2, and now they're into V3. So congratulations on this, guys. Thanks so much.
Nice, thank you, and glad to have all your friends back in the game, back in the community.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's too early to congratulate us. I
see your hard work, guys. So
but yeah, thank you
I
for
appreciate all of your effort. So when everybody's spreading flood, but we the community and the fans, the players are still here because we see your effort, and we follow all your posts, and you keep us updated. So we know what we are, why we are putting our trust in you guys. So thanks a lot for that, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate that. We're still building and working hard. Our job's not done. we'll bring up one more request, and then we will wrap it up. If you do have any questions, and we didn't get a chance to bring you on stage, please do ask it in the stage text. And for the questions that I can't answer, I personally will reach out to you.
Oh, hey guys. Yeah, so just two quick questions. Probably will be more directed towards Zyori. First, we've been seeing, at least in Season Alpha and Season 0, the leaderboard distribution has been more top-heavy. Are we expecting that to continue? And two, is there going to be another round of the esports grant going on?
まず今の質問は、一つ目がなんかリーダーボードシーズンアルファとゼロを見てて分かるのは結構上位に行けば行くほどその振り分けが大きくなってるんですよね。もっと賞金が稼げるようになってるんですけれども、それ今後もそういったような流れ仕組みにしていこうと思ってるんですかっていうのと、2個目の質問がまた e スポーツのグランドで補助金みたいなのを配る予定はあるんですかってことですね。だからこれはその e スポーツグランドにアプリケーション出したら、自分の地域でトーナメントを開催できてそれで賞金プールをもらえるみたいな仕組みなんですけれども、そういうのをまたやるつもりなんですかっていう。
Questions. I think for the first one, we're always trying to evaluate player feedback and data based on past seasons. It's always a tricky balance where you do really want to incentivize competitive gameplay at the top, and as you know, to push to be top 10 or top 100 is a really time-consuming grind. Even if you're a very skilled player or you have meta Axies or every advantage working for in your favor, it's like serious work to maintain that kind of a push and to make it all the way through to the end. So we do want the rewards to be commensurate with that kind of a time investment.
なのでやっぱこの今質問を聞いたゼロってメタテイトの人もそうなんですけど、常に上位にいるプレイヤーなんですよね。でそのいい握手を持ってたとしてもで時間があったとしても上位を目指すって行為はそのザイオリによるともうかなりなハードワーク、本当に過酷な労働だって言ってるんですよね。だからそうちゃんとトップの人たちに見合った報酬を配れるようにはしたいってことを言ってますね。
But I do think it's really important that we spread these prizes as much as possible, and try to touch as many competitors as possible. Obviously, it's a huge incentive.
あとはだからそういうのも分かってはいるんだけれども、どうにかもうちょっと幅を広げてたくさんのプレイヤーに配っていけるような風にも考慮していきたいって言ってますね。
It gets people really excited when they're able to place in a threshold where they get any kind of prizing, even if it's just one AXS or half an AXS or something like that. So definitely bullish on trying to maintain that balance and within reason spread the love, so to speak. So keep giving us your feedback on that. I think that's really important. Player feedback really goes a long way. For the second question, the next esports grant.
なので、今後もいろんなプレイヤーの方々からそうやって意見をもらって最適な部分を見つけていきたいと。
It's looking pretty good. I think the last two grants were very successful. When we look at the data, obviously there are some road bumps along the way, but overall, this is what learning is all about. Learning is about giving people a little bit of room to fail, giving them space to get back up when they make mistakes and try again and come back a little bit stronger. We've seen folks like LSL really up the ante from where they started in the first grant and where they are now and the kind of stuff that they're pitching us that they want to do this year coming up. So really excited to continue expanding those efforts. And obviously there's a lot of money still in the play to earn fund and the ecosystem allocation. So there's a lot of AXS that we've got to distribute. So I don't think prize pools are slowing down anytime soon, but I don't know, maybe Jiho could also chime in on this because he's also involved in some of these decisions.
あとはだからあとはっていうかそのさっき言った2個目の質問 e スポーツグランツはまた出ますかっていうことに対しては、この間、今年の上半期でそれ実際に1回目をやったんですけどかなりいい反応とかデータを収集することができたそうなので、しかもまだアクシーのエコシステムには AXS がいっぱい残っているので、 それをどんどん配っていかないといけないから、全然そういう賞金とか、e スポーツグラントが、失速するようなことはないって言ってますね。
Yeah, one sec. Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So we're definitely excited to roll out another esports grant. And in terms of the Axis emissions, right, both through the leaderboard and esports, these are things that we want to be ramping up, especially as Origin gets more polished. So, and I think we've seen that trend right through the alpha season and season 0. And so, yeah, we definitely want to be ramping things up. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the future of the esports grant system looks like as well.
まあだから引き続き e スポーツとかシーズンの報酬っていうのは配り続けていきたいって感じですね。まあ全然減るような感覚はないそうです。
Alright, see you there, man. Thanks for the question.
Thank you for joining us.
Excited to see you there, man.
And then Chomp, we'll end it with Sir Chomp.
Hi everybody, I'm Brian from Chomp Squad. I don't know if you guys know me, but I'm currently hosting weekly Axie Origin tournaments on my Discord. And I wanted to emphasize...
そうですね、今彼言ってたんですけど、毎週ディスコードでアクシーのオリジンの大会を主催している方はブライアンなんですけども、実は今から30分後ですね、まあ正確に言うと35分後に僕がこれゲスト出演でプレイヤーとして参加します。なのでちょっとどういった感じで、まあ、生配信するかどうかもよくわかんないんだけど、30分後にこの大会に僕出場しますんで、よかったら応援してください。
Besides the importance of what Squadron said about the lobby. So currently, like, we all know the importance of like, oh, who goes first, like in a match and all that. So it's pretty cool, like, you know, if you guys integrate like a way we could do like a coin flip or something like that, like in the Origin gameplay, because I'm getting like every time we host a tournament on my Discord, everybody's always asking, oh, who's gonna go first? It was so much that I had to install a coin flip in my Discord, and it's been going pretty well after that. So I just want to emphasize the importance of that, especially coming from like a tournament organizer, and I'm pretty new at this. It's gonna be like my 6th consecutive cup hosting for at the community. So I just wanted to say that, and I also wanted to ask if I want more feedback on like the way I do tournaments and stuff like that. Who do I speak to? Do I speak to Ziori or something?
まああとはってか俺めっちゃあとはって言ってるけど違うな。彼の言ってた質問っていうのは。彼さっき言ったみたいに毎週のようにトーナメントを自分で主催していてちょっと誰が最初にバトルするのみたいな話とかしょっちゅう上がってくるからさっきもちょっと言ってたんですけどロビーみたいなものを作ってでロビーに、順番を決めれるようなコインフリップのなんかシステムみたいなのを作れたら本当に役に立つと思うんだけどそういうのとかって考えてますかとかあとはまあ今後 e スポーツ関連のなんか質問があるときにザイオリに質問聞けばいいんですかっていう感じですね。
Yeah, I think Zero would be the man. He is the expert here on tournaments, so I would definitely defer to him.
Yeah, sorry, my unmute button got stuck there for a second. I was trying to chime in. Yeah, definitely. We've kind of gone through waves of being able to support third-party initiatives. I think this next grant that we're designing will be a little bit better at accommodating different types of events and bringing people into the fold throughout the entire season rather than just for one window. So definitely hear you that it's been a little bit messy to get things through the pipeline thus far, and we're working on improving that process. But yeah, definitely myself or Stuart, we're kind of the main two esports guys. We've also got Axiano or Yasi, who's joined the team now. But generally, if you contact myself or Stuart, either on Twitter or Discord, there's a good chance you'll get a response. I admit I've been a little bit extra underwater and busy with AxieCon and all of the Axie Classic qualifiers that are going on recently, but absolutely, yeah, we're the ones that would handle that stuff.
Oh, okay, awesome. That's good to know. Hopefully we could chat after, and when you have time, so we could speak more about that. But I just want to say thank you for everybody on the stage. You guys are doing awesome.
まあ今答えとしては基本的にこのザイオリともう一人ステュワードって人がいて、あとはオクサスヤーノっていう人たちが e スポーツで働いてるから、その人たちに連絡すればいいよってことでしたね。
Origin, super motivated, super passionate to keep on building with you guys. And as a tournament host, I'm inspired with the Axie World Tournament you guys are doing for the AxieCon. So I just wanted to say that. So congrats and keep pushing. We're gonna keep on going to new heights. Let's go.
Go.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, I
see
think,
you.
On the coin flip, I think we've definitely talked more about that, and or even rock paper scissors. A bunch of games have that. There's different ways to do it, but definitely hear you on it.
そうだね、まあコインフリップなのかじゃんけんなのかはわからないけど、他のゲームにもいっぱいそういう仕組みはあるので、まあね、もちろんちょっと考慮していきますと。
Yeah, thanks, Brian. You are an amazing advocate and an ambassador for Axie. I see all the hard work that you're doing, like with the tournaments, all the Twitter posts that you're making, the pictures of yourself repping the code Axie merch. So yeah, it's awesome to have another person from the U.S. East Coast so involved in the community.
Thank you. I think that is a wrap. Appreciate every single one
そ
of
れ
you
で終わ
guys
り
for
かな
joining our Season 0 Town Hall. Again, we're looking forward to hosting more of these around events, our certain activations that we are looking to move forward with. Thank you for the team for joining us. Thank you to every single one of you guys that asked a question and typed a question within the chat. We do appreciate it. Do any of you guys have any closing statements you would like to say before we head off?
まあ最後に何か一言ありますか？
I'll just end things from my end by saying that I'm really proud of the community. You guys have been stepping up.
もうコミュニティのことをすごい誇りに思ってますと。
Across everything right now. You guys are grinding so hard in the arena. You're putting out so much content, the tutorials, and we'll have some more stuff. Hopefully.
みんな本当にアリーナですごい時間費やしてくれたり、動画載せたり、チュートリアル作ってくれたりと本当に感心してますと。
This week, related to making content around Season 0. So yeah, really excited. Sending strength and love to each and every one of you, you and your families as well. And yeah, I'm excited to see many of you at AxieCon. It's shaping up to be an awesome event with
まあみんなをアクシーコンで、バルセロナね、アクシーコンで会えることを楽しみにしてますと。
some pretty exciting announcements.
でそこでかなりエキサイティングだからエキサイティングなアナウンス発表があると。
So yeah, it's awesome. So I also have directed Axie intern to write up a thread on this town hall. So if you want to review what's happened here or share with friends, we'll have that. We'll also have a video recording as well. So yeah, it was good to have this. I think peaked around 450 people or so. So really great turnout. And
450人も聞きに来てた。すごい。
continuing the cadence on these.
引き続きこういうのをやっていこうと思いますと。
Yeah, likewise for me. Super excited and grateful to be in this community. Everyone's just so awesome. I talk to a lot of you and I try to keep up on a lot of things that people say. And you'll see a lot of times I respond on Twitter with like just a few words and just trying to get to as many people and respond to as many people as possible sometimes. But yeah, no, keep the feedback coming. You've seen, based on your feedback and all of your thoughts, we make a lot of changes based on those, and we take it pretty seriously. And that's kind of the beauty of our community and how anyone from Sky Mavis or Axie Infinity works with everyone here. And I'm really proud of that, and obviously want to continue that and even do more of that. So keep talking to us, and excited to see everyone continue to contribute together.
そうですね、まあコミュニティの本当に意見があったおかげでこうやってゲームが変わってきているので、これからも引き続きいろんな意見シェアしてください。そんな感じですね。
Thank you guys all for joining us. We'll be wrapping it up there. You guys stay safe. Have a great morning or a great evening.
聞いてくれてありがとう。そんな感じですね。いや、1時間の動画を翻訳するのに今2時間かかりましたね。 いやー、まあ2倍だね。だからやっぱり普通に2倍かかりますよね。なんですけれども、まあこれができてよかったです。今後もちょっとやっていくかわかんないけれども、皆さんの反響が良ければちょっと引き続きこういう翻訳の生配信もやっていこうかなって思います。まあとにかく、今回スカイメビスのメンバー直々から直々にか、いろんなアップデートとか質疑応答とかを聞けたのは割と良かったんではないでしょうかね。はい、といったような感じでこの生配信を終わらせていただきたいと思います。30分後僕はさっきの、ブライアンのトーナメントに出るので、それちょっと準備して、もし生配信やるんだったらまあ Twitter で言うけど、ちょっとわかんないんでどういう流れになるのか、とにかく応援の方だけ送ってくれればすごい嬉しいです。はい、そんな感じです。それでは皆さん Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Aruchan signing out. バイバイみんな。Have a nice weekend! 良い週末をお過ごしください。ヒデアレンさん、お疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。最後まで聞いてくれてありがとう。みんな、GG! バイバイ。